colleague, Tamaki Ogura. She's a technology consultant in the field of technical cloud integration and an expert in B2B topics. And Tamaki will guide you later, after the intro chapter that I do, through a demonstration about how this paradigm shift plays out. And now to me, I'm Isabel Zoller. I'm currently Associate Technology Consultant in the team Process Cloud Integration. And just like Tamaki, I'm part of SAP's B2B Integration Factory. And the Integration Factory is a specialized team of B2B experts under the premise to help companies and partners to implement new B2B landscapes and support basically on efficient migration of B2B integration content from legacy systems. This means, for example, setting up, migrating, optimizing B2B landscapes with SAP Integration Suite. And another thing to mention is that the B2B Factory assists by providing prepackaged B2B content on the Business Accelerator Hub, which is available for free. So in case you're interested, you can ask questions about the B2B Factory after our session as well. But let's focus now on our agenda for today. As you can see, we start with the introduction part about B2B capabilities of SAP Integration Suite. And then Tamaki will give you a demo about how to connect seamlessly with our B2B business partners via trading partner management. And after that, if necessary, we have a short Q&A section where you can ask any questions you like. So let's start right away with the introduction. And let's start by showing you this overview of the Integration Suite's B2B capabilities. Maybe you're already familiar with the slide. Some customers who have attended the Integration Modernization Info Days recently, they should have already heard about the topic of Integration Suite and B2B capabilities. So in this case, we want to enhance this knowledge during the session and talk about the paradigm shift within all of this. So therefore, we'll only briefly touch the basics for context. So the basics are, this session is about the SAP Integration Suite. As depicted here, it is SAP's hybrid integration platform that covers all integration styles and landscapes. So our focus now will be on the B2B capabilities you see here, particularly the integration advisor and trading partner management. But to understand now why a paradigm shift is needed here, we have to go a bit deeper now. So let's go to, let's have a detailed look at the B2B capabilities of the Integration Suite. And its main components are Integration Advisor, Trading Partner Management, Sub-Cloud Integration, and B2B Monitoring. And it's important to see how the capabilities interact with each other. You can see on the right-hand side a little image. So let's start at the beginning. We have a detailed look at the Integration Advisor. So the Integration Advisor is the cloud application mapping tool for structuring the mappings and creating the structure of interfaces on sender and receiver side. So based on the MIG, MIG is short for Message Implementation Guideline. It defines the mapping specifications. So just to be clear, and a short definition, a MIG represents the structure of a message. And it defines how the message is organized on both the sender and the receiver side. And a MAG, on the other hand, is a mapping guideline that consists of two MIGs. So one for the source and one for the target structure. So for instance, in an invoice scenario, you can create a source MIG for IDOC and a target MIG for UNE defect. And based on these source and target MIGs, you can then create your mapping, which is the MAG for the invoice message. And since such a setup of mappings is time-consuming and it is manual work, the product team is constantly improving the Integration Advisor, especially the knowledge graph. So once the mix and the MAG is created, customers can contribute to the knowledge graph, and then its algorithm creates the best mapping proposal for a specific field. So using this crowd-based machine learning approach, this can speed up the content creation to deployment process by almost 60%. And furthermore, it offers a comprehensive collection of industry standard message templates. like iDoc, UNEdifact, or ASC X12, to support integration with multiple business partners. And additionally, it supports the upload of custom message structures, so making it possible to create tailored mix and mux. So on the right-hand side, you see that mix and mux will be part of the runtime artifacts that conduct the mapping. So these are pushed in the next step to the partner directory via trading partner management. So on the trading partner management, you onboard your trading partner. This means creating the trading partner scenarios, then configure the sender, you assign your mix and mappings, and then the receiver to the trading partner scenario, considering all the individual aspects and requirements of the trading partner. So this means the sender and receiver configurations are tailored to each partner's specific requirements and maintained afterwards. And just to make the naming clear, business scenarios for a trading partner are defined within a TPA, which is short for Trading Partner Agreement. So for example, if you're exchanging purchase orders and purchase order responses with a trading partner, you define those two business transactions within the TPA and assign a MAC created using the integration advisor for each transaction. And then once you activate the TPA, it will be pushed to the partner directory on a cloud integration. As you can see in the image, this is the central repository for all trading partner configurations. And the partner directory then allows you to store information about communication partners and make use of parameters in iFlows using this information. This means on storing the information of the communication partner in the directory, the parameter components then read this information dynamically during execution on runtime. So the cloud integration then uses a generic iFlow that processes interchanges at runtime and relies on the configured content of the TPA or the integration advisor via the partner directory transaction. And generic in that context means, there's a central iFlow that is used for all trading partners and message types. And this means that there's no need anymore to create an iFlow for each trading partner or each message type, and also no need to implement anything from scratch. As it's available as free standard content on the Business Accelerator Hub. All in all, this generic iFlow is also making use of the B2B monitoring to provide customers an overview about what messages have gone through or where errors occurred or messages got stuck. And this is all done in the B2B monitoring overview. And it is recommended that you go to the B2B monitoring first, and only when you find specific problems for something that you need more details for, then you can jump, for example, to the message processing logs to investigate further. So to summarize and sum it up, the integration suite offers a set of B2B integration capabilities to enable you not to only connect with your partners easier, but also to drive the whole B2B integration area in a much more flexible manner. And keep this in mind, and then you understand the aim of the paradigm shift better. This paradigm shift we talk about is to move from a purely technical implementation to a business-oriented implementation, because 95% of B2B integration requirements are at a business-oriented level. We want to encourage business-oriented B2B integration experts to use these tools directly instead of writing the requirement specification, for example, in an Excel sheet. So these tools can simplify the creation, management, and monitoring of B2B scenarios while considering individual trading partner needs. So we want to actively promote this paradigm shift and strategic direction with the integration advisor, because unfortunately what we often encounter with customers are scenarios like in these images, which is technical implementations that we want to move away from. So in the past of B2B integration, it was quite common to develop very complex flows or mappings for each trading partner or each message type. So for example, at the top left, there's a PIPO mapping, or at the bottom right, Yeah, although it's an integration suite, we often find this XSLT scripts, and this can be a problem because we don't want customers who migrate, for example, from PIPO to try to make a reuse of these technical mappings, as this only prolongs the issues they already had in the old world, which is maintainability. Because often even the technical users don't fully understand how the mappings work, and so do the business users then, of course. So, for example, at the bottom left, there's a generic mapping for 50 trading partners. And if any changes need to be made, it becomes complicated and some customers don't want to touch it because they don't really understand it. So in short, we want to remove the complexity from these technical mappings and implementations and move towards a more semantically oriented B2B integration that is clearly understandable for both technical and business users. So that's the main idea behind the paradigm shift. And Tamaki will now demonstrate how this can be achieved in a demo. And if you're ready, Tamaki, you can take over.
Yes, sure. Thanks a lot, Isabel. Let me take over the screen sharing. So I hope everyone can see my screen now.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Yes, so as Isabel mentioned, it is very important for us and for customers to get away from a technical B2B integration landscape to a business-oriented integration landscape. And we also saw that we can achieve that business-oriented B2B integration landscape using our B2B capabilities in the integration suite. And in the demo, I would like to show you, first of all, that is the same slide that Isabel showed earlier. And in the demo, I would like to first show you the trading partner management system, because this is a core concept of business-oriented B2B integration landscape. And then I would like to show you the integration advisor, how the mappings look like when you create a mix and mix using integration advisor. Last not but least, I would like to show you using API testing tool how the B2B monitoring looks like in the runtime, and also how these components work together in the runtime. All right, let me jump to my system. Here, I think I need to refresh my browser first. Okay, so this is our internal integration suite tenant. If you look at the design tab, you will see 4 different tabs. The first one is B2B scenarios. The second one is custom type system. The third one is mix, so message implementation guidelines. And the fourth one is MAC, so mapping guideline. Let me first go into the first tab, which is B2B scenarios. And if you go into the B2B scenarios, you will be directed to the trading partner management system that was shown in the exactly in the middle of the presentation slide. Oops, exactly. And if you go into the trading partner management system, let me make it a little bit bigger so everyone can see my screen. You will see a lot of tabs. But first of all, I would like to show you the company profile because this is the central part of the trading partner management system. What you can do in the company profile tab is that you can create a profile for your company. What does it mean? So you can, for example, configure and set up your identifiers that will be used for the communication between you or your backend system and your business partner's backend system. If we search for company identifiers, there are different company identifiers that are, for example, used for ASCX 12. And also here you can see also identifier that is used for the communication in JS1 XML. So, and if you go into the business context, you can also see that, for example, this company is, for example, based in Netherlands and invoice and orders are exchanged with your business partners. If you go into the System tab, you can also configure your backend system. And for example, you can configure type system that is mainly used for the communication on your company side. For example, you can see here imagine you are using custom or on-premise iDoc for the communication with your business partners. And if you go into the communication here, you can actually configure the sender and receiver adapters that are used for the connectivities with the external partners. So for example, if you are using iDoc as your company type system, you would need to configure IDA sender and iDoc receiver and iDoc sender adapter under communication tab. And here, currently, I think some dummy address is maintained. Let me click on that. Okay, maybe I need to refresh the browser again. Maybe it's my internet. So, or let me open up another window. Def. Yes, let me go back to the company profile. Exactly, and we were having a look at the system tab, and here under communications, like I mentioned, you can configure sender and receiver adapters that are used in the runtime for the communication. And yeah, like I mentioned, currently the dummy address is maintained, but here you would need to specify the address of your backend system, and you can also choose internet or on-premise as your proxy type, and also the authentication can be maintained here. So, and not only company profile, there's also a tab partner profiles. What does it? Here you can configure a profile for each of your trading partner, or if you have any communication partners. For example, if you are exchanging documents through some PAN provider, you can also set up a connectivity using communication partner profile. But here, for example, in the same way that you configured company profile, you can create a partner profile. Let me, for example, go into one of the partner profiles that is already here. You will see, for example, that the identifiers that should be used for this specific trading partner for iDoc and also UN Edifact. If we go into the system, we can see that this partner is using UN Edifact as a type system and also as a version. We can see that 96A and 01B are currently used for the communication with the partners. And as well as type system, you can also configure the sender and receiver adapters that should be used for the communication with these specific partners. So the concept here is like everything that is related for this specific partner is maintained in a single trading partner profile. Okay, now let's move to the next tab, which is agreement. This is one of the most important tabs of trading partner management systems, because here the company profile and partner profile are combined in a single agreement. And here, if we make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so you can see that agreement consists of two different tabs. The first tab is Overview tab, and the second tab is B2B scenarios. I will come back to the B2B scenarios in a minute. First of all, let's have a look on the Overview tab. So like we just saw, we have created the company profile for this specific company. And we have also seen that we are using on-premise IDOC as a company type system. And we also saw that the identifier for company IDOC and also company UN artifact identifier. And on the right hand side, you can see the trading partner details that are also already configured in a trading partner profile. So the idea is that when you create a trading partner agreement, all the relevant information are then automatically retrieved from the company and trading partner profile, so that you have all these relevant informations in a single place. Exactly. And if we switch to the B2B scenarios, so it's loading. Yes, now it is there. So we can see that currently only one transaction purchase order request is configured in the trading partner agreement. Here, what we can see is the end-to-end flow, starting from trading partner's backend system to your S4 system, for example, in this case. So we see that the AS2 sender adapter is being used for this inbound communications. And we can also see that the UN artifact, the customer or the trading partner is sending the order in a UN artifact format with the version 96A. And then in the middle, you will see the MAC, so mapping, that is then created using the integration advisor. Yes, so let me go into the integration advisor in a minute. And then using the mapping, the incoming UN artifact is being converted into the on-premise IDOC, and using this receiver channel, and then the converted purchase order will be sent to the backend system, which is S4HANA, for example, in this case. And also, depending on your requirements, or depending on your trading partner's specific requirements, you can also set up some activity parameters that will be, for example, that can be used to handle trading partner specific requirements during runtime. And also, let's say you would like to configure another transaction in a trading partner agreement. All you have to do is to hit the edit button, and then you can create, for example, let's say you would like to not only exchange purchase order, but also you would like to set up a communication for inbound invoice, which is outbound. And then you can simply click on the one-way notification, and my company would be the initiator. So just click on the save, and the additional transaction will be show up in the trading partner agreement. And you can just simply assign the sender and receiver that you configured in the trading partner profile, and here you can simply choose the corresponding mapping from the dropdown that was created using Integration Advisor. So I think it was the quick overview of trading partner management system. And now I would like to show you the Integration Advisor, which is shown on the right corner of this slide. Okay, so from trading partner agreement, you can directly go to the mapping that is assigned or that should be used for this communication between your partner and your company. For the purchase order request scenario, if you click on the button, you will directly be directed to the mapping that is assigned to the trading partner agreement. And here you can see that the mapping consists of two interfaces. The first one is source interface, and the second one, or on the right one, is the target interface. So here you can see, for example, UN Edifact D96 interface or message will be converted to our IDOC order 05. And like you can see that to each of the field, some description is available. So, and also if you look at this calendar button, this is a datetime conversion. That means you don't have to write any XSLT script to do the actual datetime conversion. Let's have a look on the logic that is being applied here. So here it is very, simple. The date time format that is specified or that is maintained in the incoming source message is CCYYMMDD, and that should be converted into CCYYMMDD. But if you, for example, need to convert this date time into a different format, all you have to do is just go into the edit mode. Oops. Okay, I think my internet is very bad today. Apologies. Yes, so here from the drop-down menu, you can choose whichever the format the source datetime format needs to be converted to. For example, if you select this one from the drop-down menu, the integration advisor automatically takes care of the conversion logic, and the CCYY will be converted into CCYY and then -MM, etc., etc. Exactly. And if you and what we noticed at many customers is that it takes a lot of time to get a mapping specification for a specific message type or specific trading partner, and sometimes it also takes even a few weeks to get a mapping spec. And what Integration Advisor also offers is the documentation. So if we click on the PDF, for example, in the background, the document is being created based on the mapping and mapping elements that are maintained in the mapping. Yeah, I think due to my internet, it is taking a little bit of time, but also not only the mapping specs, but also, for example, you are using some custom IDOC or custom message types for the communication with your trading partners, and you need to, for example, provide a interface specification to your trading partner so that they can create the mappings accordingly. All you have to do is go into the MIC and then just hit the export documentation, and you can just easily export your message interface either as a PDF or RTF or Excel sheet. So I actually wanted to show you how this specification would look like, but okay, let's wait some minutes. And in the meantime, I will also like to show you the runtime, how these components work together during the runtime. For that, I have prepared a API request, and imagine that your trading partner is sending you an Edifact payload for purchase order, and imagine that your trading partner is using this identifier, and your company identifier would be the company underscore UN Edifact underscore ID. And if we send the request, And let me go into the monitoring. So you can see all of the transactions and messages that went through in the runtime. So, for example, I would like to change it from past 24 hours to past minute so that we only see the transaction that was just triggered from, yes, from my API testing tool. So you can see that you just received a purchase order from this trading partner. And if you click on the transaction in the B2B monitoring, you can also see the detailed information on the interchange. For example, the interchange was processed at this date time, and also the interchange name is sales order request, and the interchange is inbound, and so on. And it is also possible to set up some custom attributes in the B2B monitoring. And for example, in this case, you can lock the purchase order number. So purchase order number will be retrieved from the payload during the runtime, and it will be shown in the B2B monitoring. That means whenever you would like to search for this specific purchase order number, you just you can go into the B2B monitoring and so let me yeah, so there's the option to search for this purchase order number in the runtime, and yeah, you can easily search for specific purchase order. For example, if some message with this particular purchase order number got stuck during the runtime, for example, it is very convenient for troubleshooting. Exactly. In the B2B monitoring, you can also see the detailed information on the sender as well as on the receiver. That means, the UN artifact format with the version was used, and the sender and receiver identifiers are also shown. And what is good about this B2B monitoring is that the interchange after each processing step is also logged. So the link to each of message processing step is attached here as an event. So for example, if you encounter any issue, you can just click on the link to jump to the exact place where the error occurred. And if the processing was successfully done, you will be able to see not only the sender interchange that was sent by your trading partner. For example, this is the same payload that I just triggered from API testing tool. And you will also be able to see the receiver interchange payload that was generated through Integration Advisor. Exactly. So that was a quick tour of B2B capabilities. So first of all, we saw trading partner management and also trading partner agreement. And we had a look on the integration advisor. And then last but not least, we also saw the transaction in the B2B monitoring. So with that, I would like to continue with the presentation. Oops. I need to switch the that's it's interesting. Why?
Or I can take over if you want.
Oh, really? Isabel. Then go ahead, please. Yeah, thank you. I'm somehow struggling with the... Okay, I will stop sharing.
Can you see my screen?
Not yet, I guess. But now, yes.
We can see it now.
Oh, perfect. Yes, regarding the next steps, we have a roadmap planned with certain roadmap items for this year and the upcoming year. As you can see here, there is the B2B integration area and future releases planned. For example, Q2, these are now authorization rule for displaying the B2B payload in the B2B monitor, then flexible configuration of agreement, matching using custom keys, and MIG creation based on multiple payloads. And now the interesting part is what's upcoming. This is for Q3, alerting of failed B2B interchanges and inbound and outbound bulk processing for selected scenarios, version control for trading partner agreements, and XPath and XSLT generation in the mapping guideline editor. And then a bit later, there's planned to include the following releases, which is enabling custom XSLT mapping as mapping guideline and support the SFTP adapter in trading partner management. And last, what is planned is additional XSLT pre- and post-processing steps inside mapping and support for the CSV message format and support for VDA standard, which is flat file. So as you can see, the roadmap is quite full for this year specifically, and also for the upcoming year. We have future releases planned. And if you're interested, you can always have a look at the SAP Roadmap Explorer. And you can see here the latest updates to what releases are planned. Maybe there's a little bit as addition. And just have a look if you're interested what's upcoming. And also regarding our topic here of B2B expert sessions, what's upcoming is that we plan to do another B2B session soon, which has the topic Accelerate Your Trading Partner Onboarding Time with B2B Integration Factory's pre-packaged content. I think we mentioned it a few times around this session as well. It is on the 8th of July between 4 and 5 p.m. If you're interested, just register here. The event page is live since today. And also upcoming B2B sessions will be efficient migration through payload-based and test-driven approaches, and also how to get rid of high maintenance costs through base overlay approaches. And I think a few will also follow that we not have a topic yet or an event date yet, but these three are definitely set. And if you want to register, just use this link or our homepage for SAP Integration Modernization Expert Sessions. And I think Tamaki already mentioned it, or Michelle, if you have any ideas regarding specifically B2B content, please reach out to us. We're happy to include it as well. So I think we can now start with the Q&A section. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us.